What's up, guys? I'm Chris, and today you're watching a Magic review on the Night Flight deck Pro Edition. Welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. If you haven't, please consider subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up. Any questions or comments, just ask them in the comments section below, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss a video or a review. Also, join the Chris Edwards Magic Secret Access group over on Facebook. Alright, so today we are looking at the Night Flight deck Pro Edition by Steve Dela. So what is it? This is a marked deck of cards, but not only are they marked to tell you what the card is, there are plenty of other markings and features included in this deck, so let's go over them. Now, first off, let's talk about the quality, and then we'll go over some of the features here. But the Pro Edition are printed on PVC. So some of you may be familiar with the very first Night Flight deck that was ever released. I believe it was anyway. That was printed on plastic. And the idea there was this was a great deck for mentalists to perform with. And, you know, I actually did a lot of card magic with that deck. Now, Steve has produced a red back deck, and there are even more features than before. So the quality is very good, right? They're plastic, so they're going to last a long, long time. You're going to get a couple additional cards that I'll just set off to the side. You'll get a double backer as well as a couple jokers, and the jokers have a playing card reveal on them. There are some other cards that have a reveal as well. Now these handle very well, right? Some people might think because they're plastic, they don't handle like real cards. They handle like real cards. I've performed pretty much all my card routines with these, right? DLs are easy to do. Different color changes are easy to do. And I'm sure for, advanced card technicians, myself not being one of them, you're probably going to want a cardboard deck for certain sleights and certain moves and flourishes. But for me, these work. Now, with that said, if you are a person who does some of the crazy sleights that maybe don't work with plastic, Steve has also produced the Night Flight Elite Edition, which are cardboard. The cards are very well printed, very easy to see what the card is for your participant, right, with the large index. So the court cards look very good. And then some of the cards have, not this one, but just showing you other court cards. Some of the cards have built-in reveals as well. So I think there's 3 cards in here that has a built-in reveal. Now these, like I said, these handle very good. They spread well. Right, they're not going to be the same as cardboard, but it just depends what your preference is. If you're doing a lot of mentalism or things that aren't sleight heavy, then these are definitely great. And again, even for certain sleights, these are great. But if you just need a deck of cards that is going to last a very long time and have so many features, the sky is the limit for what you do with them, then this is a great option. Now, these have the standard Night Flight markings. These also have red or black card markings. They have one-way markings. There is a key card that is also marked. You have a joker reveal, a queen reveal, and an ace reveal. The tuck case has 3 reveals as well in different places. There is a 1089 reveal on the tuck case, as well as a magic square in the barcode. So Steve has packed a ton of features into the deck, into the tuck case, on top of a deck that's going to last you for years upon years upon years. Tutorial, there isn't really a tutorial with this. Steve has a page on his site that goes over all the different markings, where to find them, and that kind of stuff. But it's a deck of cards, right? So you're going to do what you want with the deck. I'm not going to touch on angles, setup, reset, and any of that because it's going to be different for everything that you choose to do. Pocket space is an obvious one. No bigger or no smaller than a regular deck of cards. Examination. I wouldn't want people looking at the cards individually for too long, right? Because there are subtle differences. I think the markings are very well hidden at a glance. The markings aren't obvious. They are to you, right? I can look down and see King of Hearts, 6 of Spades, 5 of Spades. They're super easy to read for the person who knows how to read them and where to look for the markings. But with that said, to have somebody really examine the cards, they may find something. So I wouldn't want them examining them for too long. However, if you treat this like a normal deck, so will they. I've been using mark cards for years upon years, and I've never honestly had anybody want to look at the cards for marks. I've had them joke about, oh, it's a marked deck, right? And that's often where it ends there, because people know that marked decks are out there, but this looks almost like a standard bicycle deck, right? So they don't look out of place or anything like that. I've used a Night Flight deck for a long time now, and I've never once had anybody ask to see the cards for markings. If anything, people want to see the faces to see that they're not all one card and that you didn't just switch a deck if you're doing like mind reading or anything like that. But I've never had anybody want to examine them. On top of that, a lot of the time I will let them kind of handle the cards as much as I can, depending on what routine I'm doing. So I think as soon as you hand the cards to the spectator to shuffle or do something with, the idea of them being marked or some kind of special deck kind of goes out the window, because I think people understand that if it was that kind of deck, you probably wouldn't want them handling them. Who will use this? Is it practical? Is it a worker? Amazing for mentalism, for sure. Also great for plenty of different card routines. So magicians and mentalists alike can use these and get a ton out of them. As far as being practical and is this a deck for a worker? 100%. For me, if I'm performing card magic at like a restaurant or a bar where often there are wet surfaces, I probably don't want to use an expensive marked deck in an environment where they're more likely than not to get damaged or wrecked. So this is perfect for that. So what's the price, and is it worth your money? There are two options. You can buy one deck or two. One deck is going to cost you £13. Two will cost you $20. So you get quite a bit of a discount when you purchase two decks, being that the second deck is only £7. Now, is it worth your money? These are plastic. They're going to last a super long time. So right there, I'm going to say yes. Positives and negatives. So the positives, I went over all the features, right? Those are all positives. This is a great deck. Negatives, maybe they won't work for every flourish and sleight that you perform, right? I don't know, because I don't do any super difficult sleights or flourishes. So I don't know if they work for that or not, but they handle like a regular deck for the most part. There's obviously a difference, right? There's no way for there not to be. But again, I perform almost all of the effects that I do in a working set with this deck. Maybe not every time, but if I'm carrying this deck, I have no hesitation to perform anything I would with regular cards with this one. I think I covered everything I can on this. It's a great deck. I think the price is good, and these will last you a super long time. So I would recommend it. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to pick these up or check them out further. And with that, we'll see you at the next review.